Aquarius, how you doing? Welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 29th through to 29th of July through to the 4th of August. Hope you're doing well. The energies coming through from the sun at the moment have been very much fire and air, and normally that sort of makes things a little bit more agitated, and that's true. It's definitely felt that this week. A lot more sort of agitation, as it were, was coming through, but it's also giving a certain consistency to the energy. And when we get consistency in energy, we tend to ask questions. We tend to sort of look at life a little bit more sort of detailed, and it seems to be like in all the readings so far, it seems to be about making decisions for the next sort of 3 months, or the decisions you make today affect for the next 3 months, as it were. Okay, so I just thought I'd put it out there. There's been a lot of Three of Swords, I've got to say, in a lot of signs, a lot of 4s and a lot of 7s, and quite a few 10s. So I just thought I'd say that's been sort of like flowing through the energies at the moment. But let's get on with your reading here. Overall energies here, karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influence from the universe, influence from past self, future self, and the general sort of outcome or lessons or information to be taken from the week. Let's just jump straight in here, see what's going on. Yeah, this is pulling, the overall energy here, it's starting off as an emotional side within your relationship side. So it could be a case of you sort of saying, oh, we need a bigger house, therefore I need more money to get a bigger house, to buy a bigger house. Put in some very simple forms. With it for your family, for your couple, for your relationships, you know, and it's sort of like feeding a future plan on your financial side and opening that door. Yeah, it's opening a lot of security. It's also planning for the future. That's what the Queen of Pentacles is all about. She's got that security because she sat at the tree of knowledge. She knows when that tree of knowledge is going to bear fruit. And putting things into place today, knowing that you're going to get the fruit in the next sort of like 2 or 3 months, or get that, you know, get that mortgage or get that loan in order to get that property, you know, it helps to give us that drive and that sort of determination in life. And I think this consistency that the overall energy is bringing into your life is making you feel a lot more comfortable about pushing the boundaries a bit more in regards to life, in regards to your financial side more than anything else, driven by your relationship side. Let's just see what's going on your relationship sides. A lot of the karmic paths have been playing into the universal energy and been playing into the past in a way. And it's almost as sort of like being conscious about the relationships that are around you and how they interact with you rather than how you interact with them. So it's something that you're looking on the outside towards your inside rather than from your inside to your outside. And that's what the karmic message seems to be here. Being very tentative about sort of socializing and connecting with people. It is really quite nice energy. And on the universal side, it is also playing out that way there. It's opening up doors to even making, you know, meeting new people, basically, in regards to relationship side. But it's on your karmic path to do that, to open that door. Your past is playing into that. This is where we're starting to get the energy that flows across to the financial side. The past is playing into that, and it's sort of saying, you know, if you want the fruit or if you want the security of the future within your relationships, you've got to move on from where you were in the past. That's the sort of feeling I'm getting from it. In the future self here, this is also playing across. There's 2 ways. There's also advancing on the relationship, but I think the most important side here is providing security for you, yourself, your family, your couple, and that's or being in a secure place so you can open up to love, as it were. I think that's really important. Let's just see what the message is or the lesson for this week here. It's very solid. It's being, I think the confidence you can have in your material side of life will breed confidence within your relationships aside. And it's almost like sort of like healthy body, healthy mind, healthy body sort of scenario. You know, the two go in hand in hand. It's like the yin and the yang. And it's much better if the yin and the yang is in balance rather than imbalanced and out of control, as it were. So on your karmic path here, yeah, playing smart, 7 of Swords, avoiding any sort of situations by looking out how the world interacts with you in a way. This Seven of Swords, he's going to collect the weapons of the army that they are supposed to fight the next day. So then, therefore, the battle cannot happen. Therefore, this person here survives. You can walk away from the battlefield without actually having to fight anything. And that's where the intelligence is going in about connecting with the outside world. And the devil is in the detail. I think here is as well, when we observe the relationships that are around you that sort of coming into your life, you'll be able to sort of see the relationships which are illusionary, that doesn't have much substance, and the relationships that do have substance. And it's helping, the universe is helping you to do this. But in order to do that, you've got to get out there and get involved in it. In the past, this is what this is all about. You've got to go on a mission, as I said. If you want this security, you've got to go out on a passionate mission. And I think it's talking about the mission which is over on your financial side. And your future self, you get the King of Pentacles also playing into this opportunity. And with the overall energies that are there, I think it's basically what it's setting up here is a very powerful couple scenario where there is a lot of understanding, a lot of knowledge. You don't need to question about the other person. You don't need to worry about the other person. The other person doesn't need to worry about you. You can almost finish their sentences, as it were. It's a real physically hand-in-hand sort of scenario with the relationships. And I think this comes as well because you're playing smart about what relationships you allow to come into your life. And with the Hangman, with the lesson of the week, you get the Hangman, seeing things in a different sort of light, as it were. It's a very powerful position to be in because the Hangman is actually hanging from the tree of knowledge, and he knows how things should be, and he's now seeing through the masks, as it were, and that's what that's all about. You're seeing through the masks of certain relationships around you that just doesn't really have its place anymore. You don't have to fight against it. You just need to go towards the relationships that do stimulate you, that do engage, with you, and so forth. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. I'm really looking forward to that. It's playing out between the universe and the past here. So there's obviously something that's either a long-term plan or something that you worked on years ago, or passion that you had years ago that needs to come back up to the surface. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to redo that passion as what you did in the past. It might be just understandings of why you did that passion in order to apply it in your current day life to get the best out of life. But it's also tied into the universe and universal energy. So it's tied into very much the here and now, the coincidences of life, and how you integrate that or engage with the world around you and the coincidences around you in order to get that sort of past into the future. Really bring it on so it becomes like a real good solid foundation for you to build upon. And in your future self, this is a multitude of resources, opportunities coming in. It's like you're starting up a bakery, and then you've got like this baker's shop, and you kind of, oh, that's really nice, and you kind of think, people sort of keep coming in and start saying, do you have any tea or coffee? And you kind of go, right, well, in that case, I'm going to start tea and coffee, therefore I'll get some chairs. And then you start getting that, but then people start coming in, and then that starts off the sandwich bar. And it's like a snowball effect, and it's opening up now on multitudes of levels for a greater opportunity of security and security and well-being on your career path or business, because I think there's more than one thing going on there. It could be the fact that you've got a new job, therefore you're going to buy a house, so therefore you've got two things that you're going towards now. It's a multitude or multi-layered sort of opportunity there. And the lesson that comes out of this week here, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I would be very attentive to the opportunities that appear to be coming over the horizon, because it's not quite here yet, but certainly coming towards the horizon. I think it will come a lot closer to you and be a lot clearer to you once you sort this connection out to something in the past. And as I say, it could be a passion or stuff like that. So, when these opportunities arrive, I think it's because you've created them, really. Look at that. Marrying a plan and another plan. There's obviously a plan that you have been working on for a very long time. You may have not actually, you know, a business plan that you've never started that business. But, you know, you've been thinking about it for a very, very long time, or you might have been thinking about it in the past and you might have forgotten about it, and it's coming back to the surface. And it's a really beautiful opportunity for you. It's a celebration of it. Now is the moment to do it. On the universal side, the universe is bringing in a lot of information here. And I think this is part of that sort of future, those multitude of future opportunities here. And the Hermit card sees both sides of the situation. And this is why I think it's tied into the past, because there's a certain retrospection about this, and it's about a lesson that we've learned that we bring forward into the future. And that's what the Hermit card is all about. You know, the Hermit has done a lot of journeys in order to get to this understanding. He had to go up the mountain and go round the mountain. And sometimes he's on the dark side of the mountain just to get to the sky, so he could pluck that ambition, that star out of the sky. And now he's using it as its guiding light to go forward. And I think there's something in the past that's really going to be a guiding light to you. Look at that. That's from your past. And that's exactly what that is in there. That star, as I said, the sun. There is something really big, and this is also bringing it together. It's bringing the here and now with something from the past. And I think it's going to make you incredibly happy. And because it makes you happy, I think you're going to get more success about it. And that's what's going to bring the security within your relationship side. In your future self, you get the Wheel of Fortune. It's really starting to flow now. You get the Wheel of Fortune here, and I think you've got a control over this. I think you're manifesting this very fortunate moment in life where these opportunities are all coming together, and you're winning on multitudes of different levels. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, I think I said. This is about making decisions. I think you've got to be decisive about this. I think this is why I don't think you should be looking the gift horse in the mouth. You know, the gift horse in the mouth, the phrase is if someone's offering you a horse, you don't look at the teeth of the mouth, in the mouth of the horse to see how old it is. I would just accept that offering, you know, in the time when horses were quite valuable. Or they're still quite expensive, but you know what I mean. It had a lot more importance in the human race. And here I think it's like, you know, it might be an old horse, but it gets you started. And I think this is where, you've got to be decisive about it as you go into this. Really decisive about these opportunities. And if it makes you happy, if it makes you kind of go, yeah, I really like to do that, then go ahead and do it. That's what's going to be the giveaway, the clear sign about what you should be pushing towards. Queen of Pentacles, as I said, all about security, and I think it does tie into that side. Look at that. Very, very powerful divine connection in your relationship side, and it does make you incredibly powerful and make you feel at one with yourself, because you're seizing these opportunities on your financial side, and it's making you feel a lot more secure about your future. Being intelligent about something, a 10 of wands here, 10 of swords, sorry. It's been playing into this card here, and I think this is what you've got to be intelligent about, and got to realise the sort of relationships around you, they're just not worth getting involved in more than anything else. Bit sort of like dead, done and dusted with, really, more than anything else. Yeah, there's something in the past. I think you're realising to sort the chaff from the wheat in regards to your relationships, seeing which relationships are really contributing to a well-being and a great exchange, and which relationships are just like illusionary, sort of not really sort of important in your life. With the Knight of Wands, you get the Page of Wands. Your passions that have driven you throughout your life should be, it's almost sort of saying, go into the passions and transfer those passions into your career path. So if you've had a passion for you and your partner to have this particular type of house with this particular type of garden and etc., and therefore you're going to need more money for it, that passion there could be the driving force for you to advance on your financial side. And I think you need a reason for it on your financial side more than anything else. A reason to get that success. With the King of Pentacles, you get the King of Swords. Through this understanding here of which relationships around you, and this could be family, friends, community as much as partner, but I think it's more to do with the multitudes of people. Once you get that sorted, all of a sudden you're going to seem like you've got life down. You know what you're doing, and people are going to recognize that you've got life sussed in a way. But it's because you're seeing things in a different light, and things change, things rearrange. But like here is about, you know, that wisdom about how it is you're connecting to those relationships that are around you. And with the hangman, who is hanging from the tree of knowledge, looking at things in a different way will inspire that intuition within you, will inspire that direction of where you should be going, where you should be taking things to the future. Very good driving card here for all your relationship side. And I think it's going to help to, if you do that this week, sort the chaff from the wheat in the way of relationships around you, or allow it to be happening around you, it's going to set things for the next sort of 3 or 4 months. And that's what's going to help to bring that security there. With on your financial side, on your karmic path, you get the 4 of Wands, you get the 10 of Cups. This is to do with that happiness there. It is absolutely brilliant. It's just, really is absolutely brilliant, Aquarius. A really good opportunity that brings in a huge amounts of joy after having to, you know, you've done the hard work, you've put in the hours and stuff like that. You know, the difficulty has been there, and now it's the time to get the good stuff more than anything else. Nurturing your connections to the opportunities around you, and this is where you do need to see your shadow side. So we all have them, and you know, your péché mignon, as they would say in French, is like your little devil within inside you that's giving you these illusions in a way that you need to nurture your future and be very much more confident in yourself as you go forward. Once you start doing that and keeping your eye on the goal and not getting distracted, and I think that's what that universal connection is all about. And that happiness of that past, that something in the past will bring back balance and harmony within your life. And it's converting that happy feeling into, you know, the physical sense, the physical well-being, as it were, or the manifestation of the physical. You know, that sensation, I love that, love doing that activity there, or I love doing this type of job. Well, if you love doing it, it's now how do you convert that love to do that job into actually doing that job? And that's when it's converting your emotions into reality. And I think that's what you've got to do. With the Wheel of Fortune, you get the 9 of Wands. I wouldn't procrastinate too much, basically. I would go off on this mission. I think you've got these healthy boundaries in place. And I think if it's based on your happiness and your security, I don't think that Wheel of Fortune is going to go too far wrong for you. It's a real passion that you're going off. And that's the card there, really, that these two have been pointing to on your relationship side. It goes through the Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers card, and comes out with the Wheel of Fortune and the 9 of Wands. There's a mission for you to go on. And I wouldn't wait around, you know, I wouldn't wait around too much. I wouldn't dilly-dally on the road. A gift horse in the mouth. A gift horse is also a bit of a surprise. And I think this is what's happening here. I think this is, you know, I would be open, but not stupidly. Maybe that's what that 9 of Wands is trying to say now. It's starting to show me another side to it. You know, not stupidly kind of going, oh, this is going to be great, I'm going to make loads of money than that. That's probably where that is going to help you out, to nurture that hermit, that person that is very much more sort of rounded. But you've got to make these decisions about these sort of situations that come to the surface, and they may be a bit of a surprise for you. You may not see them coming because it's connected to the past and it's about your happiness. And then when you realise that, how do you put it into place? And that's where the decision making comes into play. And I think I think you shouldn't wait around to make those decisions. I think you should get involved in it and really start pushing the doorway to see what it gives. I think it's going to provide a lot for your relationship side as well at the same time. So there you go, Aquarius, thanking you very much for being with us. Do appreciate all the support you show for the YouTube system. Hope you're enjoying the energy readings that we've been putting out on this channel. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.